Starship is delayed because of SpaceX busy with Ukraine, said Elon Musk. Welcome to the channel Future Focus. SpaceX is presently aiding Ukraine with some of its satellite internet connections via Starlink. And it may be that this is the reason the Starship will not be launching into space anytime shortly. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, stated on Twitter on March 5 that perhaps the launching will be postponed since his organization is currently focusing on cyber safeguards to keep Starlink communication away from the Russian hackers. This video will talk precisely about why the Starship is being delayed. Let's begin. Delayed orbital launch of Starship. This is nothing but the fact that the massive Starship rocket is presently the closest hope for getting people to the Moon and then eventually to Mars. And this very Starship has been waiting for its maiden long-distance takeoff since last year. The rocket was initially supposed to launch sometime in December 2021. After that, however, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, postponed its examination of the flight before approving SpaceX. So then, Musk, on the other hand, stated in a February briefing that he is very certain that the Starship would launch sometime in the next few months and that he was just waiting for the FAA to provide the go-ahead. In terms of timing, the deployment is likely to happen no sooner than April, after the FAA recently announced a month-long delay in permission. On February 28, 2022, the FAA planned to provide the final PEA, which is Programmatic Environmental Assessment. However, to allow for additional remark review as well as subsequent interagency deliberations, the FAA now aims to release the completed PEA on March 28, 2022. Whenever the final PEA is published, a note would be sent to the organizations as well as the people on the project distribution list. According to the agency's statement, SpaceX's Starlink reaches Ukraine. First, let us know what Starlink actually is. So, it is a network of roughly 2,000 satellites that orbits pretty low around the Earth. What it does is that it offers high-speed internet access to the user terminals on the Earth. According to Internet Monitoring Group NetBlocks, Ukraine's net has been frequently disrupted since the last week as the Russian military invaded from the south, north, as well as east. Following a request from Mikhailo Fedorov, who is Ukraine's vice prime minister, for assistance with the internet due to fears of Russian cyber attacks, Musk launched the Starlink facilities in the entire region. In addition, SpaceX delivered a cargo of Starlink antennas to Ukraine. Still, he later cautioned that it is vulnerable to hacking because it is the nation's sole connectivity infrastructure that is non-Russian. SpaceX has indeed been deploying unrestricted Starlink stations to Ukraine for something like the past 2 weeks to assist the nation in maintaining internet connectivity following the Russian invasion. On February 28, the first batch of Starlink devices landed in Ukraine. Unfortunately, as per SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Starlink has seemed to become a viable target for Russian hackers and militias. And according to Musk, the business is so preoccupied with this particular problem that it now had to delay the first launch of Starship, which is the spaceship that was constructed to transport people to the Moon and Mars. What is the type of attack that Starlink is susceptible to? Musk didn't detail the kind of Starlink service outage in Ukraine or perhaps the type of cyber attack that might hit the company. SpaceX didn't directly respond to the media query. However, according to Tim Redfern, Information Technology, as well as Cybersecurity Manager at ADS Inc., which is a Virginia-based military arms supplier, signal jamming could be an indication of a denial of service (DoS) cyber attack, which would be actually achieved by swamping a targeted network with traffic till the said target is unable to respond, and perhaps the system simply collapses, obstructing access to authorized users. Since the Starlink internet connection is supplied via satellites, Russians cannot close it down except if they hack or disable a service, Redfern explained. A Viasat satellite that delivers networking capabilities in Ukraine and other parts of Europe was actually hacked on February 24, which is the very day when Russia invaded Ukraine, triggering network loss throughout Europe. Last week, German and French authorities speculated that this very cyber attack was linked to Russia. Starlink has the possibility of becoming the victim of a similar plot. Musk warned Starlink customers in Ukraine to really be cautious of the same via a tweet on March 3, saying that Starlink is the only non-Russian communication network still functional in certain parts of Ukraine. Therefore, the chance of being attacked is significant. It is unknown how many Starlink stations are operational in Ukraine or who uses them. On Feb 28, Ukraine's digital transformation minister, Mikhailo Fedorov, posted a snapshot of the maiden shipment, which appeared to include nearly dozens of terminals. So this is why Starships are getting delayed. Comment what you think about Elon Musk and why he is supporting Ukraine.